Did you know there are small slip-ups that can completely destroy your chances with a woman without you even realizing it? No matter how well-intentioned you are, if you make these mistakes, you'll end up coming across as insecure, arrogant, or even desperate. And the worst part, most guys don't even realize they're doing it. Today, I'm going to show you the 8 dumbest mistakes that sabotage your game, and more importantly, how to avoid them in a simple and straightforward way. If you want to stop falling into these traps and learn how to create real, irresistible connections, stick with me until the end, because the last mistake is the most common and the deadliest. Mistake number 1, forcing overconfidence and coming off as arrogant. Everyone's heard that women like confident guys, and that's true. But pay attention, real confidence is completely different from acting cocky or trying too hard. Ever seen that guy walk into a room, talking loudly, bragging about everything, and trying to impress everyone? Yeah, he thinks he's killing it, but in reality, he's just making everyone uncomfortable. You can smell the desperation from a mile away. Why does this happen? A lot of guys have a deep down fear of looking weak, so they overcompensate. They think that to stand out, they have to be larger than life. But that's the trap. Women can quickly sense when someone's trying too hard. The mask slips and what's left? A guy who missed his chance to show who he really is. True confidence doesn't need a spotlight, man. Instead of making up epic stories or trying to be the center of attention, how about just being yourself? Like that chill guy who says less but does more. Humility mixed with genuine confidence is the real deal. Nobody can resist someone who knows what they want and doesn't feel the need to shout it from the rooftops. So, how do you work on this? Start small. Invest in what you love. Challenge yourself with something new and celebrate your wins, even the tiny ones. When you feel good about yourself, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. The result? You naturally become more attractive. All right, let's move on to the next mistake. Mistake number 2, being clingy or needy. Look, it's nice to show interest, but there's a fine line between that and smothering someone, right? Imagine meeting someone and the next day, the guy's already texting every 5 minutes. Hey, busy? Had lunch? You alive? Dude, nobody can handle that. Or being that guy who barely knows the woman but is already giving her chocolates and bouquets without building any connection first. That screams insecurity and takes all the fun out of the "is he thinking about me" mystery. You know what's worse? This behavior is a complete attraction killer. Without space, desire can't grow. It's like spoiling a movie before you're halfway through. You ruin the excitement. Seduction needs a certain rhythm, a back and forth dance. If you're always there, ready and available, where's the intrigue? So, how do you fix this? Easy. Live your life. Show that you have your hobbies, your friends, your plans, and that you're not just sitting around waiting for her response. A guy who can stand on his own is instantly more attractive. Plus, it shows you're secure, confident, and don't depend on anyone else to be happy. Who wouldn't want to be around someone like that? Lastly, if you catch yourself thinking, "I need her attention all the time," stop and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Sometimes the problem is within you, not the other person. Working on your self-esteem and finding joy in your personal achievements is the key to being more fulfilled. And as a bonus, much more attractive. Ready to tackle the next mistake? Mistake number 3, talking too much about yourself and sounding like a human podcast. Conversations are like ping pong. They need to go back and forth. But a lot of guys turn it into a 30-minute monologue about themselves. You're trying to impress her, so you start with epic stories. Oh, at the gym because I've traveled to this place, and forget something important. The other person also has things to share. The result? You sound more like a lecturer than someone she wants to get to know better. Now imagine you're on a date, and while you're summarizing your autobiography, she's just nodding along like, bro, that doesn't create connection. it creates exhaustion. Seduction isn't about being the center of attention, but sharing the stage. Plus, listening to someone else is the best way to show you care. And that's way more attractive than any story about your personal best on the bench press. The tip: ask more questions. A simple "what about you, what do you think?" can change the whole game. Show interest in what she says, react, laugh together, and create space for her to shine too. Women love being heard, and when you show you value her opinions, it builds an instant connection. It's simple: less show, more exchange. Trust me, it's way more effective. Next time you're in a conversation, focus on being a good listener. That doesn't mean being silent, but finding a balance. Really listen and pay attention to how she reacts. You'll be surprised by the difference it makes. Alright, let's move on to the next mistake. Mistake number 4. Trying to impress with flashy displays and coming off as a Camaro uncle. The classic "look how rich I am" move. Man, this strategy might sound good in theory, but in practice, it backfires. Pulling up in a fancy car, wearing expensive brands, or taking her to the fanciest restaurant in town might grab her attention, but rarely sparks genuine interest. Why? Because it screams, "Look, I have money," but says nothing about who you really are. Now think about this. You take a woman to a super expensive restaurant on the first date, talk about how your watch costs as much as a car, and insist on paying for everything. It might impress her initially, but the message you're sending is, "Look how badly I need your validation." This might attract someone looking for a sugar daddy, but not someone genuinely interested in you for who you are. The truth is, women who value confidence and authenticity can see past the flash. It's not about what you own, but how you carry yourself and what you share. Instead of trying to impress with your bank account, focus on creating genuine experiences. Do you know what's even more impressive? A great sense of humor, meaningful conversation, and a real connection. That stuff is priceless. In the end, what truly wins someone over is your essence, not your possessions. Be the guy with purpose, not just the guy with stuff. When you're authentic and confident, you don't need any accessories to shine. Alright, ready to explore another mistake that could be holding you back? Mistake number 5. Not picking up on her signals and shooting in the dark. Let me tell you something. Women are masters of subtle communication. They're sending signals all the time, but if you're not paying attention, you'll come off like a clueless tourist, ignoring signs of interest, or worse. Pushing forward when she's clearly uncomfortable is a surefire way to ruin any chance you had. Think seduction is just about words and presence? Nope. It's also about noticing the little things. For example, if she's always on her phone, avoiding eye contact, or crossing her arms, that's like a big bro, "I'm not feeling this." On the flip side, if she's giving you that little side smile, lightly touching your arm, or genuinely excited in the conversation, congratulations, you're doing great. Missing these cues is like playing soccer and not knowing where the ball is. It's not a good look. So the secret here is to sharpen your radar. Start paying attention to her body language, tone of voice, and even how she reacts to your jokes. If she didn't even crack a smile, the problem might not be your humor but the timing. And remember, if she seems distant, take a breath, slow down, and adjust your approach. Showing that you can match her pace is a huge plus. At the end of the day, being attentive isn't just about increasing your chances, but showing respect. When you pick up on her signals and respond naturally, the conversation flows so much better. And trust me, women truly value a guy who gets the moment. Ready to check out the next mistake? Mistake number 6. Disrespecting boundaries and coming off as a clueless creep. If there's one thing that can ruin your image faster than admitting you root for her rival sports team, it's disrespecting her boundaries. This could mean insisting on a topic she clearly wants to avoid or pushing things physically. My friend, let me tell you, persistence isn't charming, it's just annoying. True seduction begins with trust and respect, not pressure. Picture this. You make a joke she doesn't like, and instead of dropping it, you double down, insisting it's funny. Or worse, you try to be funny by making a personal comment without her permission. That's not just uncomfortable. It's a surefire way to sabotage yourself. Little slip-ups like these show you don't care about her feelings, and that's an instant turnoff. How do you avoid this? It's simple. Learn to stop when you hear or sense a no. That doesn't mean you should give up and run away, but adjust your approach. Being respectful doesn't mean being passive. It means understanding her boundaries and acting accordingly. When she notices that you value her comfort, it creates an environment where things can naturally progress. Respecting boundaries not only shows maturity, but also character. Women notice when a guy has empathy and sensitivity, and that puts you miles ahead of those who think persistence is a strategy. So, respect her limits, read the moment, and build a connection that's genuinely worth it. Ready to explore another mistake that might be sabotaging your game? Mistake number 7. Trying to be someone you're not and turning into a character. In an attempt to impress, it's easy to fall into the trap of creating a fake version of yourself. Like pretending to love jazz just because she mentioned Miles Davis, even though your playlist is all rock and hip-hop. It might work at first, but man, the truth always comes out. And when it does, the house of cards collapses. Worse yet, you end up sabotaging the trust she could have had in you. Think about it. What's the point of maintaining a relationship built on pretending? If you're making up accomplishments or trying to mold your personality just to please her, you'll end up exhausted. Plus, she'll eventually realize you're more focused on impressing her than being genuine. That's not attractive, it's desperate. Being real, flaws and all, is what creates true connections. Real seduction starts when you accept who you are and own it. Nobody expects you to be perfect. Spoiler, she's not either. So show your true self. Don't know much about art? Be honest and ask her about it. That's way more interesting than pretending to be something you're not. And if she doesn't like who you are, that's her loss. You deserve someone who appreciates you for you. In the end, authenticity is your greatest weapon. When you embrace your strengths and even your vulnerabilities, you attract women who truly align with you. Forget the idea of impressing at all costs and focus on genuinely connecting. Now, let's move on to the last mistake that might be ruining your chances without you even realizing it. Quick message before the last mistake. Imagine having the secret to make any woman fall head over heels for you in your hands. Yes, this is real and within your reach with the obsession method. This revolutionary method promises something few can achieve, to spark such deep, irresistible desire that she'll want to be by your side without hesitation. No complicated tricks, no drastic changes, just a set of precise techniques that naturally and powerfully ignite female desire. Think about how it would feel to know you can win over anyone you want without relying on luck or frustrating attempts. With the obsession method, you don't have to be the most handsome or the richest guy. All you need is access to a step-by-step guide to create this intense, passionate connection. It's time to turn this promise into reality and join a select group of men who've discovered the true secret to attraction. Click the link in the comments below and start making this change today. Mistake number 8. Neglecting your appearance and energy and looking like you just stepped out of a zombie movie. First impressions are like movie trailers. If it's bad, no one wants to watch the whole film. And man, neglecting your appearance is like releasing a bad trailer. This doesn't mean you need to look like Chris Hemsworth. But come on, if you show up in wrinkled clothes, messy hair, and garlic breath, you've lost before you even open your mouth. Think about it. Are you heading to a date or just running errands? Are your clothes clean and appropriate for the occasion? Is your beard trimmed? These details speak for you, even when you're not saying a word. Women notice these things, and when they see that you take care of yourself, it's not just attractive. It's a sign that you're organized and confident. But It's not just about clothes or hair. Your energy matters a lot too. You could be wearing the best suit in the world, but if your posture is slouched and your vibe screams insecure, none of it will matter. Stand tall, put a smile on your face, and move naturally. Confidence without arrogance is a powerful balance. So, take care of your appearance and energy. A good haircut, clothes that fit well, and a confident posture will already put you ahead of 80% of the competition. These small changes will transform how others perceive you, and as a bonus, give you a self-confidence boost. Did you enjoy this video? If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And don't miss the next video already playing on your screen.